Welcome to our channel. Today's story: The Giggle Guardians and the Laugh Attack. Once upon a time, in a whimsical world of colors and joy, there existed a special group called the Giggle Guardians. The Giggle Guardians were a team of fun-loving creatures who were responsible for spreading laughter and happiness all around their magical kingdom. One sunny morning, the Giggle Guardians received an urgent message from King Jollyheart, the ruler of the kingdom. "My dear Giggle Guardians, an evil sorceress has cast a spell of gloom over our kingdom," the message said. "People have forgotten how to laugh, and we need your help to break the spell." Without a moment's hesitation, Giggles, Daisy, Tickles, and Wiggles gathered their laughter tools and set out on a quest to bring back laughter to the kingdom. Their first stop was the town square, where they found the townspeople looking sad and glum. Giggles the gnome pulled out his ticklish feather and gently tickled the townsfolk. In no time, they burst into laughter, and their frowns turned into smiles. The Giggle Guardians taught them silly jokes and funny dances, filling the square with contagious laughter. Next, they visited the enchanted forest, where even the birds seemed to have lost their chirpiness. Daisy the dancing fairy twirled and whirled, performing a magical dance that made the forest come alive with mirth. The birds joined in, and soon the whole forest echoed with laughter and music. But the biggest challenge awaited them at the dark castle where the evil sorceress resided. The castle was surrounded by thick fog, and a gloomy atmosphere loomed over it. The Giggle Guardians knew that they had to be brave and clever to break the spell. Tickles the talking tree came up with an idea. "Let's use the magic of jokes to confuse the sorceress," he suggested. "Laughter is the strongest magic, after all." Inside the castle, Wiggles the wacky wizard cast a spell to make the walls giggle and the doors creak with laughter. Giggles the gnome added some hilarious graffiti on the walls, while Daisy the dancing fairy performed a funny dance in front of the sorceress's room. As the sorceress stepped out, she was puzzled by the sudden laughter. "What is going on here?" she growled. With a twinkle in his eye, Giggles the gnome stepped forward and said, "Oh, dear sorceress, we've come to show you the power of laughter. Laughter can break any spell, even one of gloom." At first, the sorceress scowled, but the joyous atmosphere was contagious. A tiny smile appeared on her face, and before she knew it, she was giggling along with the Giggle Guardians. In that moment, the spell of gloom was broken, and the kingdom was filled with laughter once again. The townspeople, the enchanted forest creatures, and even the sorceress herself couldn't stop laughing. The Giggle Guardians had succeeded in their mission, and King Jollyheart was overjoyed. He declared a day of laughter and fun, and the Giggle Guardians became the heroes of the kingdom. From that day on, the Giggle Guardians continued their mission, spreading laughter and happiness wherever they went. They proved that laughter was the most powerful magic of all, capable of turning even the darkest times into moments of joy and delight. And so, the kingdom remained a place of laughter and merriment, thanks to the Giggle Guardians' dedication and love for spreading laughter. They taught everyone that a good laugh could brighten the darkest days, and that a smile was the key to happiness. And so, the adventures of the Giggle Guardians and their laugh attack continued, bringing joy and laughter to the world around them. Part 2: The Magical Bookshelf Adventure. Once upon a time, in a quaint little town, there lived a curious and imaginative child named Emily. Emily loved books more than anything else in the world. Her parents noticed her passion for reading and decided to surprise her with a special gift on her 7th birthday, her very own library. The day finally arrived, and Emily's eyes widened with delight as she stepped into her brand new library. The room was filled with colorful bookshelves stuffed to the brim with books of all shapes and sizes. The shelves seemed to stretch all the way up to the ceiling, making the room feel like a magical castle of stories. Among the books was a particularly old and dusty one, sitting on the topmost shelf, almost as if it was waiting for Emily to find it. As she reached for it, the book seemed to glow faintly in her hands. Curiosity got the better of her, and she opened the ancient book. To her astonishment, the moment she flipped through its pages, the world around her started to change. The library transformed into a mystical realm, filled with talking animals, friendly dragons, and magical landscapes. Emily had entered the world of the book itself. The characters from the books came alive, and she made friends with them all: a courageous knight named Sir Cedric, a mischievous fairy named Twinkle, a wise wizard named Merlin, and many others. Each day, she embarked on grand adventures with her newfound friends, exploring uncharted territories and solving mysteries. One day, a problem arose in the magical realm. The evil sorceress, Militia, had stolen the enchanted quill, which could rewrite reality itself. The entire realm was in danger, and Emily and her friends knew they had to retrieve it. Together, they ventured through enchanted forests, crossed treacherous rivers, and braved dark caves. Along the way, they encountered challenging riddles and puzzles, but Emily's love for books and her insatiable curiosity helped her overcome every obstacle. As they reached Militia's lair, Emily's heart raced with fear, but she knew she had to be brave for her friends and the entire magical realm. With her friends' support and her unwavering determination, she confronted Militia in an epic battle of wits and magic. In the end, Emily used her knowledge of books to outsmart the sorceress and retrieve the enchanted quill. The realm was saved, and everyone celebrated their victory. Emily bid farewell to her friends, promising to visit them in the books whenever she wanted to embark on another adventure. Back in her own world, Emily couldn't believe the incredible experience she had just lived through. She knew that her first library was truly a magical place. From that day on, she cherished her books even more, and her library became a gateway to countless adventures in the world of imagination. And so, Emily continued to read, explore, and dream, knowing that with the power of books, anything was possible. The end, or perhaps just the beginning of many more wonderful stories to come.